Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video and a new episode with this F1 2019 mod. Here today we are racing as Sebastian Vettel in the Ferrari for round 2 of the season for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Obviously half the heels of the Australian Grand Prix with Bottas absolutely dominating regardless of circumstances. I thought it'd be quite fitting to do the second race of the season as Sebastian Vettel, also because it's quite fitting because Ferrari need to respond at this track no matter what. You know, they were really poor in Australia, and I think, you know, it's about time that they picked up and showed exactly what kind of promise they had in pre-season. Now, if you guys do want to download the mod yourselves, there's a link down below in the description for you guys to go check it out. There's been an update, and yeah, we're now racing with the proper cars pretty much, so hopefully you guys do appreciate that. And you can check it out for yourselves, like I said, in the link down below in the description. Also, I'm going to probably do another one of these maybe sometime next week before the actual Bahrain Grand Prix. I'll probably do another race around this circuit as the porridge boss, Valtteri Bottas. But with that being said, today we are racing as Sebastian Vettel in the beautiful matte Ferrari, and we're going to be starting from P5 on the grid. As always, a 25% race, guys. This one's going to be from TV cam. Maybe next week with Bottas I might do cockpit view, depending on what you guys think. And yeah, we're going to keep mixing up basically and have a little bit of fun with this series. But with that being said, let's just see how it goes. A 25% race, we start from P5. Leclerc is alongside us in P6, but I'm going to leave it up to Crofty now to take you guys through the grid, and hopefully you guys do enjoy this video. Let me know in the comments down below again what drivers you'd like me to see do this series with, because there's still a few more I haven't done it with yet. And yeah, I'll take your comments on board for the next few episodes. With that being said, guys, enjoy the video, and without further ado, let's jump straight into the race for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Let's get into it.
With that then, let's run through the grid order. A fantastic effort from Pierre Gasly yesterday puts him on pole, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Hamilton, Sebastian Vettel and Leclerc, Van Dorn, Ricciardo, Perez and Nico Hülkenberg, Stroll, Magnussen, Roman Grosjean and Sainz, Alonso, Raikkonen, Sergei Sirotkin and Marcus Ericsson, Hartley. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Right, here we are then on the grid for this 25% race as Sebastian Vettel here at Bahrain. We start the race from 5th on the grid, 3rd row, and we've got a little bit of work to do to try and get in front of the cars that are in front of us. Both Mercedes and both Red Bulls there occupying the front rows, and pretty much it's going to be Ferraris on row number 3. Myself and Leclerc are going to have to make work to get through the pack and try and put the Ferraris near the podium positions. But with that being said, race strategy wise for today, we are going to start on the super softs and transition to the soft compound tyres. A very simple one-stop strategy, and fuel wise we are 3 laps over, which I'm actually going to reduce that down to 2 laps and be a little bit lighter. But other than that, pretty much it's going to be a pretty straightforward race, and I'm looking forward to having a little bit of fun and stretching my legs and see what this Ferrari can do here in the night skies in the middle of the desert at Bahrain. But with that being said, let's just jump into the race and let's see how this goes. It's time for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Right, here we go then. Let's get ready for the 5 red lights here at Bahrain. The race is go as the lights go off. Decent start. We're going to get the jump on Verstappen maybe. We're going to switch over to the inside line. Hamilton loses front wing as he hits the back of Bottas. We got the inside of Verstappen, and around the outside of Lewis Hamilton just about. Yes, we pull that off. Good move there. Nice aggressive start. Hamilton getting end plate damage on his right front side. I'm not sure what Leclerc's done in terms of his start, but I think he's trying to make something happen. Meanwhile, Verstappen I think leads the way, or no, so I think Ricciardo, or no, actually never mind, it's Gasly, I keep forgetting. Gasly now in the Red Bull, he leads the way. Bottas not too far behind. We are currently P3 on for a podium, and Ferrari be needing this when it comes to Bahrain. They need a podium to try and kickstart their season, to be honest, so they'll be quite happy if they were in this position in the race. But so far, looks good so far. I think we definitely have okay pace around here. It's a good track for us. The matte red Ferrari looking absolutely gorgeous in the night light. Looks absolutely fantastic. I can really feel the car feels decent on the front end, nice and grippy, which I like. So it definitely gives me confidence to be able to attack the racetrack. So here we go. Let's go ahead down and let's try and get to work. Like I said, 25% race, so 14 laps in front of us. Make it 13 next time we cross the line. And let's stretch our legs a little bit and have a little bit of fun and see if we can try and pull one back for Ferrari in what would be the second race of the 2019 season. And Leclerc actually, now look at that, going P4, so he's making good progress as well. And so far Ferrari making a statement here at Bahrain. Bottas is the man at the moment. He's really fast in that Mercedes. He's going to go for the move here on Pierre Gasly down the inside, as DRS is now enabled in this race. Those two are still side by side here going down towards turn 1. Although I think Bottas has just about got the move done around the outside. And there you go, Bottas now leads the Bahrain Grand Prix. The man in form, the level 200 porridge boss who won at Australia, leads here at Bahrain. And he's looking as strong as ever. Hopefully we can try and put a stop to that and get one on the board for the Ferrari team if possible. But first of all, we've got to get past Pierre Gasly, who we're catching up at the minute. Car's working good, we seem to have decent pace, so let's keep this going. I'm definitely liking how it's going so far. Leclerc also seemingly with decent pace, he's starting to catch me up as well, so top 4 definitely starting to bunch up here. And Lewis with that front wing damage definitely struggling further behind, so it's going to be a bit of a 4-horse race this one, I think, unless Verstappen can get past Hamilton, who's struggling, and join up with this fight. Okay, DRS on the main straight. Gasly has DRS on Bottas in front. We set a personal best. Decent pace, but looks like Bottas is running pretty high engine modes because Gasly's barely catching him on the straight. We're going to close the gap quite substantially in the braking, which seems to be a strong point of mine. And Leclerc is still pushing on, so he's still got decent pace. But for now, it looks like a 3-car scrap here for the race lead. But Bottas definitely seemingly trying to pull away here and open up a gap, but Gasly's holding on with DRS. I'm so quick through there, I really am. I get so much momentum through that section, and I gain so much time on the AI, but we're definitely starting to put the pressure now on Pierre Gasly, the man in only his 2nd race for the Red Bull Honda team. And Bottas now really opening up at that gap, and it looks like he could have a 2nd gap to Gasly now, there or thereabouts. It's getting close. Okay, a good exit out of there. We're on the back of Gasly here. We've got a nice toe as we go into the final corner. Gasly actually goes defensive a little bit. He thought I was going to maybe put him under pressure. He has a poor exit. Here we go. Cranking up the engine modes, which should be a simple move on the Red Bull. Has he got DRS? Yes, he does, but look at that, we're still pulling away here. We've got so much momentum on our side. Right, so P2, a really good start to this race, starting from P5, we're now 2nd in this race. Up next is Valtteri Bottas, but we are nearing the pit stop window, so let's see how this all kind of pans out. But right now, the pricing horses are hungry for a race win. And Vettel wants to notch one up on the board for the red cars. Okay, I don't have DRS on Bottas, so he's still got a 2nd gap, but we are closing that gap slightly as we match our personal best. Gap 1.1, Gasly's still within DRS behind, and this is our scheduled pit stop lap, so let's try and have a strong in lap here if we can and really close up to Bottas as we come into the pit lane this lap. Right, here we go then. To the final corner, the end of the first stint. A decent first stint, good progress made. Bottas actually stays out, quite interestingly enough. We're going to slow down here and get into the pit lane. There we go, very good entry. Slowed it down beautifully. Gasly's going to come in as well, so Bottas going long. Interesting strategy here. Let's see how things pan out at the pit stops. No hold up, it seems. There we go, 2.5. Pretty straightforward stop. No time lost. Exactly what you want. And I'm presuming Hamilton will probably come into the pit lane then if Bottas has stayed out to get his front wing fixed. By the way, that was a good stop. We actually opened up the gap to Gasly a little bit more than what it already was. Do we fall out in traffic? It's going to be close. There's a McLaren there coming down towards turn 1. There's Lando Norris. We're going to come out in front of him, whereas Gasly's actually going to come out behind him, which is good. Tyres are cold though, got to try and get them up to temperature. Lucky though, Norris is not going to put me under any major pressure, so I should be okay to stay in front. And that has worked out beautifully. That little window to come out in some clean air to push on this outlap, that's perfect. We can now potentially undercut Bottas here if we can switch these tyres on, which is something that I can't really do that well compared to the AI.
Charles is in the pits.
Yep, Leclerc in the pit lane. Now the question is, has Bottas come in as well as my DRS goes offline? That's interesting. So even more important now to get past Bottas because we're not going to have DRS, so it's going to make it really hard to overtake him. Here we go then, onto the pit straight. It's been a strong outlap. There's Leclerc leaving the pit lane. Bottas leaving now, and we haven't been able to undercut him. Look at that, Bottas actually extending his gap slightly here. Fair play. So we're going to have to get it down on track, and we don't have DRS, so it's just become a massive task for us as we pick up our first track extend of the race. Leclerc there is behind Gasly, but he's definitely closed the gap to the Red Bull, so hopefully Leclerc can nab P3 for the team. But we're working towards Bottas here, and right now, without DRS, this has just become a massive challenge here to try and win this race against the man that won in Australia. Somehow I'm not within DRS, even though I think I'm within a second of Bottas. Just shy, as we set a 29.0 gap, just over a second. So Bottas is holding on for now, but we're starting to really put the pressure on here. And I'm sure he won't be able to hold on for much longer, although these tyres will be a lap fresher than mine come the end of the race, which is going to help. Hopefully though we can try and get close. There's me thinking get within a second, but I've just realised I'm not even going to have DRS. I keep forgetting I've got no DRS because it's offline, so that's annoying. Especially because we literally just served our pit stop. We could have had it fixed in the pits, but it's literally went offline just after we served our pit stop, so we can't get it fixed now. So we need to get the move done the old-fashioned way without DRS on track, so it's going to be a real challenge. So right now I need to try and really close this gap, which at the minute Bottas is doing a good job of keeping it as it is.
Some information on Gasly. They have some kind of mechanical problem.
Ooh, Pierre Gasly with car trouble, even though Leclerc has already passed him. In fairness, Gasly with car trouble. Second track extend of the race, one more, and I'm going to be in trouble this race. I'm trying so hard to close this gap to Bottas, but I just can't do it. I need DRS. It's can't believe I'm saying that, but I do. I just haven't got that enough pace. We're very similarly matched, but Bottas is able to keep that gap at a second, and it's really frustrating. There we go. DRS is back. Yes, please. Good timing because I've just managed to get within a second of Bottas, and I'm starting to put the pressure on a little bit. So good timing. This is it. This might be my chance now. The race might have come back into my hands a little bit as we start to close on Bottas gap. Exactly 1 second here. I'm trying so hard to get DRS. Come on, let's push. There we go. That's definitely the one. A good straight there using the overtake ERS. And now we're going to get a lovely tow along the entire pit straight on Bottas here. Look at this. Look at the speed we're getting on the Mercedes. Can we ever go into turn 1 maybe? Bottas does go defensive, but he doesn't quite ruin his line completely. And he stays in front for now. But that's the first time I've managed to show him my front nose. And he had to go defensive a little bit. But finally we're starting to put the pressure on here on the man that looks absolutely untouchable at the minute. He really does. Okay, this time we're nice and close. I'm just going to be patient here and prepare this one. So we're going to cook it up real nice. Be patient. Into the final corner. Set up the exit. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. And here we go. DRS enabled on Valtteri. Look at the speed difference here. We pick up the toe on the Mercedes. We're going to pull to the inside. Into turn 1, side by side. He actually goes pretty late on the brakes, to be fair to him. Right on the outside. Yes, please. Bottas still there, though. Drag race up towards turn 4. Bottas not giving up without a fight. We're going to have the inside line. It's very close. Bottas hangs on, and he's done it. He's actually got around the outside. I have to yield. Got the momentum. Can we go back up the inside here? Oh, Bottas locks up. There we go. A mistake from the bulletproof championship leader. We finally get past. And also Leclerc's really made up ground here in that battle. With 2 laps to go, we have passed Valtteri Bottas finally. That was tough, but eventually we forced him into a mistake. Good little battle there with the Mercedes. I enjoyed that. We now lead the Bahrain Grand Prix in the Ferrari, and it's a 1-3 for the prancing horses. Right, here we go into the final lap then. I think I've got enough of a gap to Bottas that he shouldn't attack me. I think we're far enough ahead. And there you go. I think he's not going to be challenging me to turn 1. So, job well done. Just make sure we get the apex for turn 1. And no issues here. No dramas in acceleration. Remember, we are 1 track extend away from a penalty, so I've got to be careful. Got to keep it nice and tidy for this lap. Here we go then into the final corner. What a race. Really enjoyed it. These 25% races are becoming real good fun. But we are going to come through and notch up a win for Ferrari in the second race in Bahrain. It's a 1-3 double podium with Leclerc in third. From a 5-6 down position, that's a decent recovery from us. Bottas ultimately second place.
Here's our winner, pulling their Ferrari into Parc Fermé. What a fantastic race it was. And I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, just what set them apart from the competition here.
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy, and to stay out of trouble.
So, here they come now, out onto the podium. Wherever you go, anywhere in the world, the prancing horse flags are dominant in the grandstands, and they're out in force again today. It's Ferrari on the top step once more.
Right, so there we have the final race results. We win in the desert as Sebastian Vettel here at Bahrain. Bottas P2, Charles Leclerc in third, running off the podium, and then both of the Red Bull Hondas finishing 4th and 5th. Verstappen beating Gasly in the end there, and then we've got Daniel Ricciardo P6, Nico Hülkenberg P7, so a good race for both of the Renaults, and then we've got Grosjean, Stroll and Hamilton running off the top 10 there for Mercedes. So Hamilton, obviously with that front wing damage, having a bit of a miserable race. Then we've got Perez in the Sport Pacer Racing Point, then we've got Magnussen, Norris, Kvyat, Kubica, Albon, Raikkonen, Russell, Giovinazzi and Carlos Sainz, the only retiree of the race in the McLaren there for the second consecutive race after the miserable Australian Grand Prix for the Spaniard. But all in all, guys, that is going to be it for the race here at Bahrain and Sebastian Vettel. If you guys did enjoy it, then please do drop a like and also get subscribed for daily Formula 1 content. Check the link down below in the description for the mod if you want to test it out for yourselves on PC. And also, finally, guys, check out these 2 videos on your screen if you have missed them. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video very soon. But until then, it's goodbye from me.